Today I'm not in the Jag and I'm not in the spare room. I'm recording this in Stockholm. Now the reason that Mrs. Disgruntled and I are here in the capital of Sweden is that we're on holiday. But we're on holiday here because the metal band Elaine announced they were putting on a massive concert earlier in the year, and I bought tickets to it and then had to explain to Mrs. Disgruntled it meant going to Scandinavia, which she took remarkably well. Now the differences between England and Scandinavia are seen before you even get here. Just getting on the plane at Manchester, us Brits get on a plane, we're just a massive sweaty mess. People ramming into each other, shoving our stuff into the overhead lockers, and when we all sat down, around 24 of these immaculately dressed blonde people, all around 6'5". I'm just getting run over by the bus here. Seriously, I might be about to get pitched into Stockholm Canal. Okay, we're past that and I'm not dead. These immaculately dressed people get on. That's the Swedish. Now I'm 5'11", so in England I'm quite tall. Not over here I'm not in the land of the bloody Vikings. I'm a right short ass. Other differences. One of the public transport schemes here are called the Lime scooters. These are little electric scooters, and all you do, you find one, scan an app on your phone, get on it and ride it as far as you want to go. Then when you're finished, you scan your phone again and leave it for the next person. And at night, the company that owns it, they pick them all up and charge them up. That's wonderful. Now imagine that in London. Within 24 hours, every one of them would have been stolen, the GPS would have been disabled, and they'd be used for mugging people. Next up, the place is immaculate. There's no litter, there's no graffiti, there's no homeless people. I've only seen 2 beggars, both of which were Romanian, and as we know, those bastards get everywhere. The reason the place is so immaculate is the Swedish government really knows how to look after its own people. There's no minimum wage here, there doesn't have to be. The lowliest job here pays around £13 an hour. If you lose your job, the government will subsidise you. Maternity leave is a year and a half, and your heating and electricity is free. Healthcare is around £80 a year. I mean, as an example, the taxi drivers here all drive EMG Mercedes or Teslas. When the local cabbie can afford a £100,000 electric supercar, you know the economy's doing okay. And how do they afford this? Well, as far as I can make out, they pass it all on to the bloody tourists. It is mind-blowingly expensive over here. Yesterday, we got a cab journey, and the cabbie only had a Merc, so his Bugatti's probably in having a service, and a 4-mile trip was £32. However, there are a few things I'm not keen on here in Sweden. First up, the weather. I know that's a very British thing to say, but you can see today's a beautiful sunny day. It's around 8 degrees. Yesterday it was 2 degrees. With the wind chill it was -12. And from nowhere a hailstorm blew in, and the Brits all thought it was the end of the world, whereas the Swedish just produced umbrellas from anywhere. Here's one of these scooters here now. Look at that. Next up, this is a personal one of mine. I often get mistaken for being from the country I'm visiting, so people come up to me and start talking to me in Swedish, and I don't mind that whatsoever. My family are originally from Sweden. But yesterday, someone said, "Excuse me, you're Tunisian, aren't you?" And I looked at him like, "No, I'm bloody aren't." And we got a taxi, and the aforementioned man, and he first said to me, "Excuse me, is your name Mohammed?" Like, "No, I'm not Mohammed, my name's Daniel." What else is annoying me about the place? Basically, when I get back to Britain now, everything is going to be shit. I mean, look at the place. I get back to Staffordshire, what a fucking tip I live in. But the most annoying thing here is everyone is so polite. It's tiring. If you bang into someone, they're, "Oh, excuse me, excuse me," and as soon as they hear the accent, they switch immaculately to English. All of them can speak English better than I can. I've been here a few days, not once has anyone told me just fuck off and die. It's wearing me out. Disgruntled Danny, I'll see you back in shitty Britain.